Welcome to Maple Grove High School for the season opener in girls basketball for the Crimson, as tonight they play host to the Wayzata Trojans. I am Jay Wilcox along with Patty Sorensen, the former Park Center head coach, and these teams getting an extra 24 hours to prepare for this one as the snowstorm Tuesday night forced the postponement back to Wednesday. And Patty, these teams have been playing regularly early in the season. Both two really good programs, and you want to test yourself early, and that's what we're going to see tonight.
Oh, definitely. I think they both are used to this. They like to put that challenge out, see where all their athletes are fitting in and where they're playing their different roles. And I think these are kind of fun games to see right away.
Some similarities, too, in that both of them have some good experience. They return some key players, but then also each will have like a ninth grade starting guard here tonight. So it's a good mix, I think, on both sides of very veteran players with some young ones who will be cracking the lineup.
I agree. I was wondering about that in the beginning. You saw that it's pretty balanced as far as returner players. I think it's going to be exciting to see how the two freshmen respond coming in. First time, big time varsity games, but you're right. Both teams bring some experience in, so it's not like everybody's got to figure out their role.
Maple Grove probably a little bit relieved that they're not seeing Mara Braun this year. She had a mere 38 against them a year ago for the Trojans, and obviously doing very well right now for the University of Minnesota. Let's talk about key players to look at in tonight's game. Starting with Wayzata, and Abby Kraswinski, one of three starters returning that averaged over 10 points per game for them. She's headed to North Dakota State, and they look for very good things from her this year.
I think it's going to be fun to watch her be their leader, see how the kids respond around her, what she brings to it. A very talented athlete, looking on to go to the future, but right now it's business. We got to take care of game one.
And for Maple Grove, another veteran player in the backcourt for them, Kennedy Click, headed to the Gophers next year. Average about 12 a game, just a very athletic, dynamic player. Really can do it at both ends of the court, too.
Right, I think it's going to be fun to see how she steps up some more even this year. I know defense is one of her main things, but you also watch her offensively and what she can do. And I think we're going to have fun watching both of these matchups and both of these young ladies.
Both of these teams are in great conferences, too, and I think a little bit you sort of like bragging rights for your league somewhat too. The Lake for Wayzata and Maple Grove in the Northwest Suburban, of course.
I think both conferences are obviously very well, and it is fun. It is fun to see when you got a couple of the leaders from both conferences going at it, and it's fun to watch both conferences continue to grow and develop and stay on top.
Maple Grove, a 24-game winner last year. They fell a little bit short of the state tournament. Wayzata won 18 games. Also falling short of the state tournament, but two great programs here trying to get off on the right foot here in the 2022-23 season. It's the Trojans and the Crimson, and it comes your way next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all three of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back here as Maple Grove and Wayzata get set to tangle here in this season opener. A lot of excitement, I think, for both programs this winter, as there should be. They've got very strong teams getting ready to do battle this season. And Mark Cook, the Maple Grove coach, said, we like our athleticism, but we need to be ready for Wayzata bumping us around a little bit. He said they're pretty physical. So look at Wayzata's lineup. Kate Amelot, the talented freshman at guard, Sophia Hawkinson, and then the three returning seniors, Senden, Fornchill, Krasinski, and Holmquist, the freshman starting for Maple Grove, Click, Odie, Stern, and Corman. And we are underway. Wayzata's in white. Hawkinson will let it rip from the right side and hits a three-pointer to get it started for the Trojans.
Gotta like that. Just comes out, looked very confident, controlled, put that three up.
Trojans coming with full court pressure to begin the night. A little step through by Odie, and she gets it to drop.
Coach Cook said that. He said he expected them to put a little pressure on them right away.
And other side three good for Amelot. So she gets herself started in style here, a little hobbling a little bit there. So a 6-2 lead here early for the Trojans. Click. Throwing ahead, and layup flipped up and good. Holmquist, and the team's a combined 4 for 4 to begin the night. 6-4 Trojans.
Both coaches have to be pleased with that each possession they've come down the floor they've been able to score on.
Another 3 put up. This time it won't go. They blocked out, but then didn't go get the ball, and it was retrieved there by Fornshell. Now a drive down the lane. Hawkinson, a high scoop layup goes in. First non-3 for the Trojans, and they are up 8-4.
You know, coach for Wayzata has to feel pretty good. Both her freshman and her sophomore have already, accomplished a bucket early on.
Corman going to the hole, but couldn't finish with the left hand. It's out of bounds off Wayzata, though, so will be Crimson basketball. And a quick sub coming in for Wayzata is Ella Goodnature, the sophomore. There's Julie Stewart, second year as head coach for the Trojans.
She looks like, she might have tweaked her ankle a little bit.
Here's Odie bombing away from the corner for 3, and Maple Grove to within a point. Inside and in and out there for Fornshell. Flick almost had to get away from her there, but got the pass off. Odie forced out high, and then they switch back. Good deflection there, but Click able to get free briefly. Is that putting some pressure on right now? Maple Grove, obviously they've done a fairly good job, but you can see that Trojans trying to make them uncomfortable in the half court too, not just in when they were pressing.
Well, and they've done a great job too. As soon as that ball's been picked up by Maple Grove, Wayzata is all over the players right now. They're doing a good job of disrupting what Maple Grove's trying to do.
Senden nearly had the steal there, and she tried to sell that maybe it had gone off Maple Grove, but Crimson do retain possession. Odie popping out, fires a 3, and that's short. Brzezinski coming out of there with it. Power move to the hoop, wouldn't go. As pretty well defended there by Claire Stern. Deflection there. Odie picks it up, and it'll be a tie-up. As reaching in, grabbing the ball, there was Hawkinson. There's a look at Mark Cook, the Crimson head coach. He got new staff with him this year, but he's back for his 18th season. When I was looking at it up today, I'm like, it can't be that long, but then again, it does feel like a long time since there was anybody else coaching Maple Grove. So
that's true. When you said that to me earlier, I went, wow. That has been a while, but yes, Mark's been there a long time now.
Still 8-7 Wayzata. Both teams started out red hot and then have missed a couple after that. Odie goes the other way, faked using the screen and takes it all the way in. Her third hoop already. She has 7.
She is a very solid player on both ends of the floor. Fun to watch.
Mark Cook said he had no problem already calling her one of the best players he's ever had, and she's just starting her 10th grade year.
I was really impressed watching her last year as a freshman. She just pretty confident.
Tie up here. Held ball will go Wayzata's way. Coming in for Wayzata now, Jessica Oberlander, a 6'3" senior. And for Maple Grove now in is Lexi Hanna, 5'9" sophomore. Oberlander, Coach Stewart, in her note says really has made a lot of improvement. So she's been recruited, at 6'3", they always say, can't teach height, and her, skill development has come a long way. There's a nice steal by Odie. Goodnature, though, gets back to break it up and not allow a layup at least. Maple Grove will keep possession.
When you're that tall and you have that good control of your body and you can move, they are going to look at you, and you're going to get a lot of good looks.
Asha Dawson-Walton coming in, number 45 for Maple Grove. Odie cut off there, and they'll go back out to Click. Click, that pull-up lefty jumper, but short on the rim there, and rebound grab by Good Nature.
That was a great deflection right there by Odie on that one coming down. They had a good chance to get a good transition, and she just got right in there.
Hawkinson will come back into the lineup. Senden will get a breather here for Wayzata. Amelot, nobody was over there to inbound until the referee set the ball down, started the count. Nice cut, Good Nature the layup. First bench points for either team right there. Wayzata's back in front now at 10-9. Whip it down low. Dawson Walton trying to get control, and her pass back out was tipped and stolen. Good Nature, ooh, that one nearly went out of bounds, but they'll keep it going. Here's Hawkinson.
It's like both teams are just settling in. We're playing good defense on both ends of the floor, really. And
Click missed a wide open Stern there and missed the shot. And a battle for it. Things getting a little physical there, but play on, they say. And Click will spin out of there with it. Driving it down the lane. Scoop won't go, but Click will head to the free throw line. She just kind of kept that little change of pace dribble going and waited to see if anybody really stopped the ball, and they didn't. Oberlander will pick up the foul. First foul of the game, actually.
And you're right, they've let them play a little bit in there. There's been some good physicality back and forth. And
Corman comes back in, and Ali Massoy, number 21, coming in for Maple Grove. Both teams hitting the bench pretty regularly here in the early going. Click makes the second free throw, so we're now even at 10. And Abby Steiner, number 12, will come in. Hayden Keatser, number 15, in there for Wayzata now as well. Fornshell getting it to Keatser.
you know, when Coach Cook was talking, he was talking about matching the physicality. You're watching his girls down in there, and they are playing tough, and they are not backing down from the physicalness at all. He's got to be pleased with that.
Amelot, though, getting open for a three. Her second three-pointer of the night already. The freshman who Coach is saying she's already got Big Ten schools interested in her, and she's just starting a freshman season for the Trojans. Pass deflected, and the takeaway there as Hawkinson up with it.
That's why Coach Cook was saying, too, one of his younger kids. You know, they're getting lots of calls, lots of looks. And
Oberlander, an offensive rebound, and she'll head to the free throw line after the inside miss by Fornshell. Another look, they drive, and first pass deflected. And second one spotting up nicely there was Amelot.
She did a great job. They got the defense to collapse on the inside, and she was wide open on the outside for that nice three.
Oberlander's free throw is good. So Trojans now leading it by 4. Stern will come back in for Maple Grove, replacing Hannah. Second free throw no good, and then knocked away by Wayzata, so Crimson will get it. Wayzata now picking up in the half court. Odie cut off, so goes the baseline with it. And Front drop there for Massoy. Trojans bring it back out top here with Keitzer. Get reset. Oops, and then a turnover. Massoy dropping the pass off. Stern on the run, gets it to drop. Had a little body contact, but played right through it and finished.
She did a nice job of just staying focused with that all the way through.
Hawkinson getting it to Oberlander, flashing into the middle. And the dribble lost, and the takeaway there by Stern. Claire Stern trying to make it back-to-back oops, and Fornshell says no.
Not happening. She was right on top of that.
Fornshell, another of the returning seniors that averaged double figures, and she's headed to Drake to play, and a nice block here by Shannon. And a nice no call there too. I mean, sometimes you see the player kind of fall forward, and I thought it was pretty clean.
Yeah, it looked very clean.
Here's Click firing it up, no good, but a nice offensive board there by Massoy. And the Crimson will get another crack at it here. They're down by 2. It's been close all the way early. Massoy firing a 3 from the corner and knocks it down. Maple Grove back in front now, 15-14.
You know, like you said earlier, the nice thing we're seeing here is that you're seeing a lot of players come in and out, and they're all playing. I mean, they're very confident. They're working together.
And that one gets away from Massoy as Holmquist trying to set her up for a layup there. Good Nature will come back in. Yeah, you're seeing, I think it's a little more common that you're seeing a lot of bench use, and I always feel like if you intend to play a player, don't wait forever. Don't wait till the second half. You got to get them. But at the same time, I think you want to get your pattern set up, because you don't want your top players to feel like they're not getting in a rhythm by not sitting for too long either. So
exactly, it's kind of a fine line you got to play in there. It's like you want your bench not cold, being able to be confident, but at the same time, you want your starters to get in a routine.
Holmquist will pick up the foul as Sendon rebounded her own miss and will head to the line. And Sendon's headed to the U of M as a preferred walk-on. And as we talked about briefly in the pregame, of course, one of her former teammates, Mara Braun, looking awful good so far for the Gophers.
Fun to watch. Fun to watch.
Sendon's free throw, both of them good. Her first 2 points of the night. Trojans back in front, and they'll come with pressure. And Maple Grove turns it over. Odie will come back into the lineup here for Maple Grove. And that's where you're kind of thinking, the Odies and the Clicks, they're going to get some breathers, but you don't want them on the bench for an extended time probably most nights.
No, and just kind of building up everybody's endurance. First game out, just keeping people fresh.
Oberlander the miss. Nice defense there by Corman. She didn't, go overboard trying to block it, but just really walled up nice. Odie looking for Corman posting and then back out with it for Stern, but too hard there. Long rebound coming out to Sendon. She'll pitch it inside. And a nice post move there. Kruzwinski able to finish that one as she established position and went up hard with that little half hook. So 3-point lead for Wayzata.
When Maple Grove has been very patient, that the Wayzata press hasn't really hurt them too much.
Nice move there by Odie, and that'll send her to the free throw line as Sendon will pick it up.
That's her first second team foul. Maple Grove's Jordan Odie is at the line.
Free throw is good, so already 8 points for Jordan tonight. Hawkinson and Fornshell come back into the Wayzata lineup here. Second free throw, no good. Should point out too, Wayzata without one of their better players, Grace Weber, tonight, because she is going to be running in the national cross-country meet as part of the state championship team for the Trojans.
That's right. Got some talented multiple sport athletes.
Grace will run track and CC at the U of Minnesota next year. Nice offensive board for Stern. It won't go. Boy, she followed. Holmquist missed very nicely. Went right back up with it and able to draw the contact here as Hawkinson will be called for the foul.
Maple Grove's Claire Stern is at the line. She's attempted 2 shots.
Crimson, a little bit of struggles at the line so far, 2 for 5. And Stern able to split them, gets 1 for 2 there. So Maple Grove down by 1 as Wayzata hits the front court. A little over 7.5 to play here in the first half.
That's great defense in there on Maple Grove.
Yeah, that's it. Corman gives them some size and can match up with the post players, and that's going to be a 3 seconds in the lane call there against the Trojans. And timeout taken by Julie Stewart on the Wayzata side. 7:25 to go first half. Wayzata leading at 18-17. It's been back and forth within 4 points all the way through. Maple Grove's had a few leads. Wayzata's had the lead a little bit more of the time, but right now holding a 1-point advantage here as you get a look at the preseason rankings and what they've done so far. Maple Grove in there at 6 and Wayzata at 8. And obviously a lot of that is based on what these programs did last year and somewhat on, what they have coming back and all that. But a lot of familiar names. Look at that, the Lake Conference at the top. 4 teams all at the top, and Wayzata a 5th one in there at number 8.
And that's right. They kind of look at what they did last year, but also who's coming back and who's healthy. I know Coach Cook was talking to us about a player that, they lost at the last AAU game of the summer.
Yeah, Ava Cassette will be missing this season. A good junior for them. That would have been a starter and good player, but sounds like she's doing well in the early parts of her rehab and everything, but will not be available to them this season. You hate to see that.
That's always frustrating you feel for those kids because they work so hard. And
Corman over to Stern. Boy, that was about as well as you could diagram a press break.
Exactly.
Even Corman had a pretty good shot herself, but gave it to Stern for an even better look. So the Crimson back in front after that nice hoop.
That's when you can tell you've got a team that's working together. When they can come down and it's like, well, I have the shot, but they realize their teammate has a better one.
And there is Fornshell burying the 3 off the pass from Kraswinski. So the Trojans back in front now, 21-19. They have already made 4 threes in this first half. Oh, going to be an over and back. Click hadn't established herself in the front court just yet. So Wayzata will inbound at midcourt with a 2-point lead. Another look as Odie brings it across and then comes back with it, and
she was kind of coming in the air. She hadn't, like you said, hadn't established herself yet.
Another look from the corner, won't drop for Amelot, but they'll get another crack. Ooh, Hawkinson, a nice crossover, and then a floater, won't drop. And then we'll get a foul on Hawkinson they've been doing a pretty good job hitting the offensive glass, and that time then on the second opportunity, Holmquist got the rebound and was held.
I always like it when one of your shortest players is out there getting on the glass and pulling the rebound down around trees.
Corman giving it back to Click here as again Wayzata coming with pressure. It's like a 1-2-2. They're not coming real aggressive, but they're just trying to bait you into some things. Down low to Corman, nice assist by Click.
Yeah, just kind of slow them down, make them think a little bit, and make them take their time, or figure out how you're going to break this and be patient.
Sendin, a nice move to the middle and then dishes off. Grzywinski will not get it to drop, but they get another offensive rebound. And I believe that's one of the things Coach Cook will be talking to his kids about at halftime. We've got to keep them off the glass a little bit better.
And that, I think that was one of the things he talked to us about beforehand too. Just, that's one of those physicality things. You've got to be able to block out, hold them off, and rely on your teammates crashing the boards.
And the thing you want to instill too is make that second nature, so you're blocking out immediately. It's so much harder to block somebody out when they've already got a head of steam toward the hole than if you get to them immediately and get a body on them right away. Nice cut and then finish. Grzywinski able to lay it in for the Trojans.
That's one of the things for some athletes, the hardest thing to get them to realize, yeah, the shot went up, don't look for that first. Find your person. Find your person, get a good block out on them and hold them.
Click out on the edge. Steiner bringing it back up top here, getting pressured a little bit there. Tried to go to Odie, but a nice steal by Goodnature. Sendin up the left side and was fouled. Might have stopped a layup there, it looked like, but I think it's Steiner that'll pick it up. Gonna call it before the shot there. Fornshell inbounding. Wow, they lost track though of Amlot, but she missed it.
Yeah. She was wide open for that.
Sometimes you can be too open, right? I mean, that's almost what it seemed like.
You see that a lot on layups with kids. It's like there's nobody near them, and it's like you just missed that layup.
It's like you have too much time to think about it.
Yep.
You get a foul there. Pushing Click away was Grzywinski, kind of fighting through a screen, I think, and she got a little too physical bringing the arms up there. Click inbounding. Odie, nice behind the back move and pull up. Won't go, but a nice offensive board and free throws coming for Lexi Hanna as she went to the glass nicely there for the Crimson. Fornshell will pick it up. Well, even though it didn't go in, that was a nice move by Odie there.
Oh, it's a great move. I think that first inbounds pass, if it would have been a little crisper, the shooter was ready right then, but it wasn't a real crisp pass, so it kind of got bobbled a little bit.
Asha Dawson-Walton coming back in here for Maple Grove as Hannah will try and tie it up here with this second free throw, and she does exactly that. So 23 apiece here as we approach 4 minutes to go in the first half. Season opener, Wayzata in white, Maple Grove in black. Thanks for joining us here on CCX. Nice steal by Odie. Odie gonna try to beat the defense down. Little shot fake, layup's good.
Nice job. Nice presence of what was going on around her to be able to just to pull up, let him go up on her, and then she went up. She's such a smart ball player. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, real instinctive too. I mean, it's like she doesn't have to stop and think about anything. She's just so used to it and ready to do it. Amelot, great young player as well. Grzywinski rolling to the hoop, couldn't get it to go. Overlander had the rebound, then had it knocked loose. And a big battle for it. It's going to ultimately be a tie-up. It'll be Maple Grove basketball. It's another look at this one by Odie. Yeah, it looked like Amelot might have had her lined up for a block, and she knew it too, and just calmly puts it in after letting the defender kind of fly by. So Crimson by 2. Click at the edge of the lane. Nice little shot fake. Drives it, and it won't quite drop. Click, then not going to be called for a foul. Trying to get that one back. Or is it just out of bounds? It must be just out of bounds.
They actually did call her.
Oh, yeah. There we go. First on Kennedy Click, team foul number 5. Wayzata has committed 6, so we're not quite to the half yet, but not yet in the bonus. And, you know, I kind of like that. I don't think anybody really – I mean, you have to call what's there, but nobody comes to the gym hoping to see a lot of free throws.
Exactly. I mean, you don't want the ticky-tacky, as I would say it calls. I mean, you got to let them play a little bit, but, yeah, you don't want to come sit here and watch a free throw-a-thon.
Zinski not able to get it to drop, and Crimson have it back. They're up by 2. Odie getting a high screen from Corman. Thought about letting it fly from out there, but the D did a pretty good job recovering. Hannah fell down, but got it off to Jordan Odie. Good help D there, nice little crossover, but now Click open from the corner and buries it. Nice drive and dish, and Click did a good job at getting her feet set, making herself available for that pass.
That was a good job on defense too. You know, as you're moving ahead to next year and shot clock, that's where a lot of that focus is going to be. All right, you got to play good, solid defense for 35 seconds here. Let's get another opportunity to get the ball turned back over to you.
Zinski looking to attack, off the glass, wouldn't go, and then it comes back to her, but rolls in and out. And then we are going to have a foul, though, against Maple Grove as they knocked Abby down. Here's another look at this. Nice setup, good read by both the dribbler, Steiner, and Click. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the first 90% of that was actually very good defense by Wayzata, but it was a nice read by both the Maple Grove players to be on the same page on, you know, where to drift to the corner and when to deliver it.
Well, and I think that's the other side of it, especially when it comes to the shot clock. Don't get panicked. Just get them, and, you know, get the defense to have a lapse there, and you're going to get your shot or get what you're looking for offensively.
Sendon knocks down a 2 there. 28-25 Maple Grove now. Lead trimmed to 3. First basket for Sendon. Had free throws earlier. Odie attacks and will go to the free throw line.
She did a nice job in there of just getting through and getting the foul called on her.
Foul call went against Kate Adams, who checked in that last stop there. One more coming. Second free throw is also good for Jordan Odie. Kind of get the feeling she can get her shot almost anytime she wants it. And Click gambled and missed. Amelot's pull-up, though, won't go, and Corman rebounding. 5-point lead for the Crimson as we approach a minute to go. Click will go to the free throw line. They never really stopped the ball, so she's going to push it until they did. And so Amelot will pick up the foul. Click 1 out of 2 at the line in an earlier trip, and short with that one.
I think the biggest things kids do at the free throw line, it's like that first one doesn't go, or they weren't there. They got to let go of that. They just got to refocus and just see their rhythm. And perfect regroup right there. It was a pretty shot.
Stern will come back in here for Maple Grove, and now this is the test early for coaches too, as you look at like anybody with foul trouble, anybody want to get out here because of that, you know, late in the half. Adams kept possession there as they swing it to the corner. Fornshell, no good. Wayzata was up in traffic. Wayzata was hot early and now have not made quite as many, and that's going to be a reach-in foul against Keitzer. And we'll be free throws here for Click.
You thought in that last possession down there the defense was working, and they kind of got out of sync a little bit. Looked like Wayzata was going to have a great shot, and then Maple Grove came right back in.
No good on the free throw, and Corman has a hold of her arm there, and that's going to be a foul on Audrey Corman, as Adams will head to the other end to shoot free throws. I liked it. It was almost like they gave her a little one count to let go, and then when they realized that she had all arm and no basketball, then they had to call it.
It's like, I'm hanging on. You're not getting away from me.
Adams hits the free throw. 8th Wayzata player to score here in this first half.
Well, the game has been, I think they expect it to be a very matched game, evenly matched. I think Coach Cook's got to be pleased with how his team is responding, because the other team is a lot bigger at spots and physical, but Maple Grove's responding.
Holmquist driving it down the lane, kicks it over to Odie. Oops, might have missed Corman a little bit there. Back out to Click. 20 seconds to go first half. Crimson by 4. Ooh, they throw a double on Odie, and they're going to call a timeout. Wayzata bench like that. I don't know that it was necessarily anything they called. It was just good instinct by them. They saw that they had a chance to throw the trap on there. And Odie, she wasn't probably happy that she got trapped, but on the plus side, she didn't panic and give the ball away there.
Exactly. I was watching it, and I think Coach Stewart was trying to get a couple different things to happen. Get one of her other girls to drop down, and that brought the other girl up on it. And Cook was right on it. I better get a timeout right now. I've got it. So let's get a timeout and not lose possession of the ball.
Odie will inbound here for Maple Grove. See if they're, clock conscious here and want to hold for the last. You'd think so, but maybe if it presents itself earlier. Oh, Odie attacking. Down low with it. No good for Stern, but she is fouled and will go to the free throw line. As great drive and dish there. And I'm good with that. I think sometimes teams get a little too focused on taking the shot very late. And I understand you don't want to give your opponent an opportunity, but I think sometimes they wait too long and then all of a sudden try to rush things and it doesn't work out. I'd rather see that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and depending on the situation of the game and the score, it's like I'm coming down and it's like, hey, you got a layup, take that layup, But don't take a bad shot. Take a smart one, but I wanted them to take a layup if they had it.
Stern goes 1 for 2, and a long one won't quite drop for the Trojans at the end. So Maple Grove will take a 32-27 lead into halftime of this one. And should mention that John Jacobson is joining us tonight as well here, and we'll be hearing from both coaches with John in a moment, as Mark Cook is going to be up first to speak with us here, as his team does have a 5-point lead at this halfway point. Let's go down to John.
Coach, you're up 5 points at halftime. What are your thoughts about the first half of the season?
It's fun. It's fun to get started. It's fun to be back. It's good to see you again always. And so, it's fun to be out here, and it's fun to see the girls playing hard.
You gave up a couple of very early three-pointers, like in the first minute. But after that, I thought defensively you played pretty well. How about you?
Yeah, no, I'm happy with the way we're playing defense. We gotta block out better. We can't give a team like Wayzata 3-4 opportunities to score. I would love to see the rebounding numbers, but I know we got absolutely killed on the offensive boards, and so we got to be better there. But all in all, I love the intensity at which we're playing with.
You got a pretty veteran group. Did you see much of first game jitters from your group?
No, I think they were just excited. It's finally this group's been waiting a long time to get back on the court together, so I think they're just excited to be out here and getting after it.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you, John. Good to see you.
Jay and Patty, back up to you.
Thanks very much, John, and thanks to Coach Cook. We'll hear from Julie Stewart coming back into the second half. Maple Grove 32, Wayzata 27. We'll take a timeout and then have more of our halftime here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Ooh, those donuts look good. The concession stand doing some good business out there here. Season opener tonight, girls basketball. Maple Grove leading Wayzata by a score of 32-27. It was a fun first half, a good eventful first half. Started out with the teams were hitting early, a combined 4 for 4 to begin the game here between the two teams. Starting with Hawkinson right off the tip. They get a hoop about 7-8 seconds in. And Jordan Odie quickly answered at the other end on her way to a good first half for Maple Grove. Odie popping free from the corner and knocking down three-pointer there on the baseline. Here's a nice, the first pass deflected, but they stayed with it, and the freshman Kate Amelot hit a couple of threes in that first half for Wayzata. And then Maple Grove doing a nice job breaking a little press and Stern finishing. Stern working her way up court here. Does a nice job taking it to the hoop, but then Shannon Fornshell said no chance. Able to get the block there. Here's Odie all the way down. Little fake and gets the layup good. 4 buckets in the first half for her. And I really like this play too. A nice setup, Steiner to quick drifting to the corner for an open 3. So we can look at our scoring leaders. It's the freshman Amelot with a couple of threes to her 6 points for the Trojans. Hawkinson with 5, Senden and Krasinski 4 points each. Odie, great first half with 12, Stern 6, and Quick with 5 points for the Crimson. We'll take another timeout. We'll come back in a moment. John will talk with Coach Stewart, and then we'll hit half number 2 here, the season opener for the Trojans and the Crimson after a night of snowfall here in Maple Grove.
Maple Grove leads Wayzata 32-27 at halftime. Back at Maple Grove High School, joined now by Trojans head coach Julie Stewart. And Julie, your thoughts on the first 18 minutes here?
Well, I thought we had good energy. I just think we need to calm down a little bit, be patient offensively, and get better spacing, which we will.
You do have a lot of the same girls back, but some new girls too. Is that always tough the first couple of games of the year, getting everyone on the same page, and then maybe just getting out the nerves in the first game of the season too?
Well, yeah, we go deep in our roster, and we just got to figure out where we're going to have chemistry, how we're going to click together, and good patterns that are going to help our girls succeed out there.
What do you want to see differently in the second half?
Well, I want to just see us execute a little more offensively, and it's just going to take some patience and just calm down a little bit.
Thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
Jay and Patty, back up to you.
Thank you, John, and thanks to Coach Stewart as well there. And they did seem to maybe rush things a little bit, and I thought she didn't mention, but I thought later in the first half, fouling more than you'd like to see on the defensive end a little bit too, and maybe at times getting a little bit out of position on some drives or whatnot, but I also think there were a couple times when you maybe say, that's a fairly tough shot. I'd rather give them an opportunity to miss that than foul them.
Exactly. I think that's one of the things that, talking about, and I agree with her when she does go deep into her bench. And right now, figuring out which group's going to click, which 5 click together. And, one night it's who you think it is, and then all of a sudden you find it's a whole nother group. So it's a process. But, yeah, I think, too, take a little more patience on their offense, and because they do have a little bit of a height advantage sometimes in there.
Here we go, second half, as Bryn Senden brings it to the front court. Fornshell will turn, fire, and hit. Her second 3 of the night as she buries it, and Wayzata quickly back to within 2. That's the one, I think the one bit of good news if you're Wayzata is I think they didn't play to their capability more so than Maple Grove, if that makes sense. So I think, the fact that you're still now within 2 after having a little bit of a subpar first half, I think that gives them, reason for some confidence.
Oh, I agree. I think that's one of the things that, as you heard her talk, that, she was a little concerned about was their patience on offense, yet you're still, like you said, right in the game. And you got some young kids stepping in, too. They're both starting with 2 freshman point guards, and that's always a little bit of an adjustment.
Odie called for the travel there, so now Wayzata a chance to tie or even take a lead with the 3 here. Oh, nice back cut. Layup is good. Fantastic setup, and Amelot, the freshman, gets the layup.
I think those were the things Coach Stewart was looking for more of in the first half, too. They had a couple of those moves, and then they didn't go back to them as much. And they did a great job right there.
Odie trying to go to click on the baseline. Defense got back to get a piece of that, so Crimson will get it back, but their lead is quickly evaporated. Watch this. Brzezinski, and then just a nice cut back door.
That's pretty.
Odie getting into the lane. That's going to be a travel. Yeah, she got the nice shot, but I think that was a correct call. She changed pivot feet there.
I think she got caught in a little bit of a hesitation and then got her feet all moving.
Those are the kind that if you make it look good enough, sometimes they won't call that. I mean,
exactly.
But I think it was a correct call. Another back cut, and Amelot tossing it up over her shoulder and in. And she already has 10 points, and the Trojans quickly take the lead back. They're down 5 at half, but they have held Maple Grove scoreless, and meanwhile put 7 points on the board already themselves.
Well, I know the bench was pretty upset. They wanted an end one on that. They felt she got hit as she was going up for the shot.
Odie driving it at Amelot, too strong. Corman's putback won't go, but it's a foul against Wayzata. Another look at this one. Nice back cut, and then the layup flipped up and good.
Coach Cook got what he wanted on that last one. He got an offensive rebound on that. That was going to be one of his points of emphasis at halftime, is we've got to do a better job on the boards.
Corman hits the first. Second one also good, so she has 4 points. And we are tied up at 34. And you get the impression, too, that one of the things Wayzata must have talked about was let's spread out and cut back if Maple Grove's being too aggressive on D, because they've already had a couple of nice back cuts. Fornshell looking inside. Oh, and it just wouldn't quite drop there for Kaczynski. Click looking for the pull-up, but that's no good. And Senden trying to push it back the other way.
Oh, that was
nice
teamwork.
And Fornshell couldn't finish off the feed from Amelot.
That's one of those shots we talked about earlier. It was, you're almost too open. And they did such a good job of moving the ball.
Little hesitation dribble. Oh, and Senden blocking the shot. You don't often see a point guard versus point guard shot block like that, but Holmquist looked like a pretty nice little hesitation move, but Senden was ready for it.
Yeah, she did a really nice job of staying focused with it and going up with the right hand.
Stern putting it back out to Odie here. Odie's going to step into a 3, no good. And Senden the rebound. Hawkinson kicking it to the corner for an open look. Oops, that one's too long. Hornshell, though, saves it. And then Senden was fouled as she received that pass. Holmquist will be called for the reach-in.
And, you know, that's the thing that Wayzata kept doing. I mean, they saved the ball. They all kept moving. Nobody stopped. Nobody stood. They just kept getting in the flow, going to the ball to help out. And I've noticed them do that a few times. So has Maple Grove a couple times, too. It's like when somebody got in trouble, somebody else was coming to help them out.
The good thing about that is even if, as Senden shoots that one up a little too hard, Hornshell rebounding though and scores a nice move and finish with the left hand. And say with those cuts, even if you don't get the pass, it's still a good thing to clear that area and you get the defense off guard a little bit.
Exactly, because the defense is looking, okay, they're coming in the lane. That's how they've scored on us a couple times. So the attention goes there, and it opens up some other options. But they keep them moving.
Nice return there. Hornshell couldn't get it to drop. Another nice break for the Trojans, but then couldn't finish on the layup. Odie thought she got fouled last time down, but did not get the call. Odie flashing free on that left side. Boy, she's looking aggressive with it. Wayzata playing some pretty solid D to begin this half. They've only allowed a couple points to the Crimson. Here's Odie driving it again and gets the finish. Most of the time, I mean, they kind of know she's probably going to go right, but it's still hard to stop. She's so good with the hesitation move. Odie kind of worked that one around the defender. There's Corman flashing in, but rushed it.
I think both coaches are pulling their hair out a little bit on that. They've had some nice, great moves and cuts to the basket and then missed the little ones.
Kaczynski posting hard, goes around for the layup and one. Wow, we thought the Amelot one was awesome, and that one was just about as good. A slightly different method there, but a really nice move, and she'll get a chance for a three-point play.
I like that little reverse layup.
Yeah, got her across the forehead. Corman will be called for the foul, and you saw Abby and her teammates on the bench really like that one. I can see why.
Exactly.
Gets the three-point play, 7 points now for her, and the Trojans lead it by 3.
Looks like Jordan's going to run the point for a little while now. You know, that's one thing Mark said to us early on, too. You know, you're starting a freshman point guard, but you've got 2 experienced players on either side that can also do that. But that, if she gets that and gets more comfortable there, that really opens up some of their scoring opportunities.
Steal there for Amelot for Wayzata. Now Senden attacking, and let's see, what are we going to have? That's going to be a foul call against the Crimson. I think the official down low was going to let it go play on, but the official out on the wing felt there was too much contact, and Hannah will pick up the foul, Lexi Hannah.
Kind of looked like the official down below was going to call something, and he kind of throws his arms back down.
And Senden's free throw bounces in. Yeah, I think it was that he was seeing his partner was making a call and kind of waiting to see what that was going to be first.
Yeah. I like that when they work together that way.
Right.
You know, that's crucial.
And some, you know, depending on your position on the floor, things can look a lot different. You know, the official down low might not have been able to see the contact as well as from up top. So, you know, sometimes people get really caught up in saying, well, the guy closer didn't call it, so therefore it shouldn't have been a foul or whatever. But I don't view that as, you know, the case there. Odie the miss, but Maple Grove able to fight for the rebound enough to have Wayzata knock it out.
They're doing a good job of moving and cutting. That's it. Both teams have done that, but even now Maple Grove, they did good job. Odie was coming through, cut across. They went and found her.
Pass inside, chase down, and then they throw it out to Odie, and there's a steal. Hawkinson coming out aggressive at her. Senden will stop and fire, too strong, but another offensive board. Hawkinson. And then Click jumps in to steal that pass. Maple Grove right now, the flow is definitely not in their favor in this half. Wayzata has done a couple things better. One is really, I think, defending aggressively.
Yeah, I think they brought their intensity up a little bit more on defense.
That time, though, they gambled and went for the steal, didn't get it, and Odie calmly buries a 3 to pull Maple Grove back within 2. Funny how much, just one sequence can change. It felt like Wayzata had all the momentum. They're up 5, and then Odie knocks one down.
That's kind of been the story of this. Coaches are basically just, be patient on offense, but keep that intensity up there on defense. And, like you said, it paid off for Maple Grove. She kind of just let them go by, and Odie got the shot off. I thought down here in the possession before, the player made the attack to the basket, but she actually had her teammate, Kate, open up on the top, and that's when Kennedy came in and stole the pass from down below. That's the one thing I've noticed about Kennedy Click. It's like all of a sudden you didn't realize she was there, and boom, she's in there, and she's got it.
Yeah, it's a combination of instincts and quickness.
Yes.
And, you can still be a good player with only one or the other, but when you have them both, you're pretty good.
It's a pretty nice little package.
Couple of the younger fans on hand here tonight, and not a huge crowd, but a good crowd, and they're into it. And so Wayzata basketball, their lead's been trimmed to 2 after that Jordan Odie 3-pointer as Trojans hit the front court with Bryn Senden.
And that's what Maple Grove needs to do right now, just play good, clean defense.
Well, they let Good Nature go down the baseline and finish with the layup. And they maybe overplayed a little bit and conceded the baseline too much. Click takes that 3. It's short. Ooh. Nice rebound in traffic there. Stern tried to get it, but Senden beat her to it. Amelot will shoot that 3, and that one's too strong, and Odie boards it. Kept the dribble alive and goes all the way in for the layup. Boy, they spread the court nicely, and that's what I say with Odie. She's not forcing any of these shots. There's a fairly high shot volume, but it's because she's good enough to get herself a good look all the time. And there's Fornshell answering with a 3. That is her 3rd 3 of the night.
Odie's got such a good step on some of those drives that I think she gets that step on the defender, and then she can continue it on out.
Well, one of the reasons Wayzata's ahead too is they've hit more 3s than the Crimson. Sometimes trading 2 for 3. Odie is left open here, but she's going to kick it over to Click. Fakes the pass this time and shoots it up there, no good. Offensive rebound by Stern, but she rushed it. And then Fornshell had the rebound. She's tied up. It will stay with Maple Grove. As Stern, I think, disappointed in herself that she missed, but she did stay with it.
And then, and that's a point of emphasis, too, is these girls are getting used to it and getting in here, but it's like we're seeing a little more aggressiveness on the offensive boards for Maple Grove this time.
Holmquist back in there handling, and Odie coming around to pick. Ooh, it was halfway down but missed. Oberlander the rebound for Wayzata. Trojans were down 5 at halftime. They are now up 5 as we go under 10 minutes to play here in the second half. Here's Fornshell, this time blocked. Stern said, well, I've seen that one once before. This time I'm ready for it. We've had probably 4 or 5 really nice blocked shots here tonight, too. Stern just staying with her. That's not easy. Fornshell's got good size.
Yes.
Senden shooting a 3, no good, and there's Claire Stern for the rebound. Corman coming back up top. Now Stern. Corman into the lane, will turn and shoot. Oof, wide left with that one. Fornshell looking inside. Oberlander was posting up hard. Now she'll kick it back out. Nice shot fake by Senden. The drive, the scoop, and in and out. Oberlander had the rebound and a foul. Another really nice move. It didn't drop, but it was still a very nice drive to the hoop. And then Oberlander. One thing, Jessica, probably want to not bring this ball down. I mean, they do end up getting the foul call here, but you see she kind of brings it to where a guard could get through it.
Kind of protect that more as you're going and then bring it up.
That foul call, by the way, was against Corman, not Holmquist, who ended up ripping the ball away, but Corman got the contact there on her. Hawkinson flashing free. Both teams may be tiring a little bit. We're seeing some more missed shots of late here. The scoring pace has slowed just a little bit. There's another steal by Click. No, not quite. Oh, it is going to be out off of Wayzata, so the Maple Grove will get the ball.
You know, that Kennedy she's active down there, and she's made a number of deflections or steals by that pass trying to either be skipped or gone down to the corner. It's like Wayzata's got to keep an eye on where she is at.
Holmquist. Now it's Click driving it, tried to pass it off. Let's see who this hit last. It was off Wayzata. She was trying to go down to Dawson Walton.
I think Kennedy was wanting a foul called on that, and it was like, wait a minute.
Maple Grove's had to work a lot harder for their hoops in the second half, it feels like, doesn't it?
They have.
Just something about Wayzata, the way they've defended has been better. And there's a steal by Oberlander. Oops, and then gives it back though, Holmquist. She'll drop it back, and Stern's jumper won't go. Dawson Walton knocks Hawkinson out of the way for that rebound. Hawkinson turned to the official for help, but didn't get any. And we've said all night long, they've let him play.
They have, and and that's a good look there too. I mean, she's in there fighting hard.
Comes back out to Stern as the pass was deflected. Stern, a little crossover, but then lost the handle. It was knocked out, though, by Wayzata. It'll stay with Maple Grove. But, boy, as a coach, I mean, first and foremost for your defense, you say nothing easy. And I'd say 90% of the possessions in the second half, nothing's come easy for Maple Grove.
No, they've had to work for every one of them.
Steiner handling it here for the Crimson. Click flashing into the lane and hits. Nice timing on the feed there so she could go right into her shot. 3-point lead for Wayzata. There's Click with the steal. All the way, layup no good, rebound try no good, and then finally the third try for Abby Steiner will go. Her first bucket.
We've got I don't know if she's injured or if she got a cramp going on, but she's having a hard time right now.
Yeah,
she's kind of walking it off.
The bench there.
She maybe needed to run it. It almost saw in that steal like she took a move, and I don't know if she cramped. I think that's what was happening.
Yeah, the way
cramping up.
It does look like the way she's putting her foot there. That does kind of look like it might be.
Yeah, she's grabbing her calf right now.
So Amlock comes back in. The lead has been cut to 1. Wayzata 46 and Maple Grove 45, and then we'll get a foul as Oberlander had the ball at the high post and was kind of screening as well, and then they pretty much just tried to run right through it. Another look here. Oh, to grab the jersey.
Yeah,
I didn't quite catch that.
I didn't see that either. Well, and you have Kennedy coming down with, a nice left-hander, and I think sometimes a perfect shot there and the steal down here. Oh, there's going to be another foul in there. Yep. Oh, they called it the other. That was interesting. They both were battling each other down there.
Yeah, it's going to be against Oberlander.
Yeah, Dawson, Walton, and Oberlander were, they were both fighting for positioning.
So Maple Grove a chance to take the lead. It wasn't long ago that you were thinking, boy, they haven't done a lot in this second half, but now come alive a little bit.
A couple good defensive stances have helped them out.
Knocked away from Stern. Fornshell up with the steal. Or Oberlander, excuse me, and now over to Fornshell. Ooh, dangerous one there, but it gets there. And the three is good by Hawkinson.
And I thought our player on this side had that shot, but she gave it up. And like you said, it almost got stolen.
4-point Wayzata lead now as we go under 6 to play. Click down the baseline, blocking foul there on Amelot. It'll be her third. Only the third team foul in the half though on Wayzata, so we're not nearly to bonus situation yet. Corman coming back in and Lexi Hanna as well for Maple Grove. Well, that's good to see. Abby looks like she's been able to battle through that cramp. I mean, people and athletes know that sometimes those come and go. I mean, it can hurt like mad, and then you get it kind of worked out, and all of a sudden you feel pretty good again right away. Ooh, they tried to double up on Holmquist there. A lot of dribbling, though, in this half for Maple Grove, largely because Wayzata's defended much
they
better.
got it.
And there's a quick double thrown on. They get the tie-up, and the ball will go Wayzata's way.
Wayzata's starting to throw a couple of those traps now more at and doing some quick switches and then putting some traps right back on the ball handler.
Yeah, if you can get the dribbler to turn their back,
yep,
that's when you can get there. Ooh, little. And turning it over was Hannah, and then gets fallen on for her troubles as well.
Look where you are.
Back out to Hawkinson here. Wayzata leading it by 4. It's been a good one all night. Maple Grove had the lead by 5 at halftime. Corner 3 is up, won't go, and let's see who touched it. It was off Maple Grove. Holmquist was doing the best she could, holding Senden off there, but then the long rebound. Sometimes you get stuck a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, and they've perfect example here of what Coach Stewart said, just better offense, being more patient, and that's what they were in that possession.
Stern, a nice rebound. Amelot, they had a nice setup off the inbound, but not able to hit that little 12-footer, and so Maple Grove trying to fight back here down by 4. Odie looking to turn the corner, bumped off Senden, and then puts it in with the left hand. She wasn't going to take no for an answer there. And then Senden is fouled as she caught it and put it up quick there. Let's see if they'll get Corman, I think, on the body foul there. That'll be number 4 on Audrey Corman. So Senden will shoot. Bryn so far 4 for 4 at the line, make it 5 for 5. Hannah back in. Corman with those 4 fouls going to get a little bit of a breather here. They start to probably see her come in and out a little bit depending on situation. No good on the second. Fornshell almost got there for that rebound. So it's a 3-point game as Odie hits the front court. Picks up her dribble here. And
that was
gonna get a foul call, looks like.
Yep.
Fornshell will pick it up.
But like you said, that's only the 4th team foul on Wayzata, so
well, that's a combination you have to like if you're Coach Stewart too, is that we've played better defense and also fouled less.
mm-hmm. Exactly, because like you said, the first half there was quite a few. Oh, nice.
Odie, a backdoor cut, and the reverse layup is good, and Maple Grove's to within 1.
She says, I got this reverse layup thing too.
Lobbed into traffic there and knocked away. Maple Grove a chance to take the lead. Click. Keeps that dribble going, spinning but missed.
Oh, that was pretty.
Hawkinson, a nice dish. Ooh, and Good Nature no good, but was fouled. They have hurt Maple Grove with cuts to the hoop throughout the second half.
Maple Grove's Kennedy Click picks up her second personal 17 foul. Ella Good Nature is at the line.
So Good Nature will head to the free throw line here for the Trojans. And able to hit it. Another look at this foul here as you see the nice cut that leads to it here. Click was trailing behind a little bit. And Ella makes them both. So 6 points for her. It's a 3-point lead for the Trojans and a timeout taken here with 3:39 to go. See what we've got on the docket here as we get this winter season going in full swing here. Thursday night we'll be at the Ice Forum in Champlin for boys hockey action. Then girls basketball in Northwest Suburban All District 279 matchup as Osseo visits Park Center Tuesday the 6th. Got Providence Academy. Should be one of the best small school teams again, playing Matamidi in girls hoops. And then Maple Grove Champlin Park Gymnastics as well. So making that turn has still got football to go. Of course, Maple Grove High School, where we're at, their team. Best of luck to Coach Lombardi and the Crimson in the State 6A Championship on Friday night at the Prep Bowl as they'll take on Rosemount.
That's very exciting for them. They've had a nice season this year.
Yeah, they sure have, and last year as well. And
yes.
Last year ended up just short of winning and lost in the Prep Bowl to Lakeville South. And now we're going to give it another try. They've not had a state title in football, but it'll be a great matchup, I think. Both teams coming in undefeated.
You know, every time in this game right here, you think Wayzata's starting to pull and going to pull away, and Maple Grove, they just fight. They keep coming back.
Little 1-4 set here. They go with a high screen for Odie. I mean, you want who's ever open to get the shot, but I got to figure Odie or Click is going to be mainly the shooters, but Good Nature got her hand in and knocked that one loose as Odie tried to pull the shot. Ooh, dangerous pass into traffic there. Wayzata fortunate to keep the ball there.
I think there was some miscommunication on that one. I think she was looking for the cutter, and the cutter wasn't even looking for the ball.
Those hurt a lot less, though, when the ball goes out off the opponent.
Yes.
You know, your coach and teammates tend to forget about that a lot more if you don't actually turn it over. Krasinski powering her way into the lane and then missed it and almost fell over Stern. She kind of knocked Stern over into her path, though. And we're going to get a foul out high as Click. Senden will be called for the reach in. So one more and they'll be in the bonus. Oh, actually, that may have been the fifth. Yep, looks like it was the fifth foul. So 2:50 to go. Crimson down by 3. Odie driving, almost had it taken away. Now Stern will shoot the 3, no good. Click wins the fight for the rebound, but then blocked by Amolet.
I mean, nobody's given up on any play. That's what's fun about watching this. It's like it's continuous.
Great rebound in traffic, but then Amolet comes over, and again, I'm going to say good job, official, for not just automatically calling a foul on a block like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sounds basic, but you see that an awful lot.
You hate when you get what you see as like an anticipated foul call.
Exactly. And timeout taken by Maple Grove as Holmquist was in a little bit of trouble there after picking up the dribble. The other thing that I always feel like you'll see an official say, well, with the body. Well, you're probably going to have a little bit of body contact on virtually every block shot. So your hips touching each other a little bit, to me, isn't a foul.
If you haven't displaced them,
right,
it's not a foul.
Yep.
If you've displaced them, okay. But there's so many, I agree with you, so many times that's called, and it's like, no, nobody was displaced in that. That was a pretty good block. I think Coach, he needed that. They were just getting a little too rattled offensive, and he needs good looks right now, good shots.
Now, you've got players who are more than capable of winning one-on-one battles, but it feels like Maple Grove has gone one-on-one stuff a lot more than Wayzata has down the stretch here.
I agree with you. You know, for a while there, they had done some good movement and the ball going out, and that's really what Wayzata has gotten, what Coach wanted to have happen. I mean, there's ball movement, there's cutters like that, but you're right. It's felt like that, but there's been a lot more of the one-on-one here.
And that pass knocked away as they tried to go into Click. Good job by Emlot, the freshman. Brzezinski powering to the hoop and lays it in with the left hand. Matching their physicality was one of the first things Mark Cook talked to us about, and that was a great example. Odie driving, scores. Will it count? Yes.
And she's going to the line.
So a chance for a three-point play here for Odie as she was bumped by Good Nature on the way through.
She's got almost half of their points right now for Maple Grove. Well, actually probably does now. Yes, she does.
Yep, 26 of their 52.
Coach Cook's got to be loving it. She's only a sophomore. What a beautiful ball player.
Trojans by 2. If you're Wayzata, you want good shots here, but I don't think you can, it's only a 2-point game. You don't want to be thinking, defensively while you have the ball either. Just thinking about protecting a lead here.
When you also, down here, if you're Wayzata right now, you want to keep running your offense, but don't get a forced shot. Get your best shot. And they've had those opportunities because of the ball movement they've used before.
Holmquist steals the inbound pass over to Click. And just one drop. Corman trying to keep it alive. So Wayzata barely holds on to the lead there. It's still a 2-point advantage for the Trojans here as we approach a minute and a half to play. Brzezinski looking for the cutters, but nothing developing, so she'll back it out. Keep in mind, no shot clock yet. Wayzata in the late conference this year, they are going to be using it, but only in conference games, and then the rest of the state will be added to the mix next season.
I know at one of the, I don't know if it was a Thanksgiving tournament that I went and watched this weekend, they were using the shot clock in that one, so I think in some of those little tournaments they probably might do occasional ones, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see when that comes in place next year and see how people manage that.
So Wayzata, a good long possession, and then Brzezinski, as she went to the hoop, was fouled by Stern. So a little under a minute to play here, and Abby heading to the free throw line here. She's been there just once tonight, 1 for 1. Has 9 points, make it 10. Wayzata's been good down the stretch at the line too. If you're looking at reasons they're ahead, that would be another one.
They've had success at the line tonight too, and I think that's the other thing too. That in the beginning Maple Grove was like 1 for 2, or that hurt them a little bit, missing some free throws.
4-point lead. Odie driving it into the middle. They tried to tie her up, didn't get it, and Odie scores, and then a quick timeout.
Nice, very nice. I mean, you saw that. It looks like she was done, tied up, going to have to kick it out, and I think defense lapsed, and she just pivoted and had a wide open shot.
28 now for Jordan Odie.
Well, there is she, like you and I've already talked about, just her presence, awareness, doing things like she didn't even have to think. And that's a very talented young lady right there.
And nice for Maple Grove, too, that they scored pretty quickly there. So then you kind of extend the game a little bit, and you get another opportunity. And I don't think they need to, be thinking about fouling or anything just yet. They're only down 2. They can play solid D and try and get a steal.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Coach is going to try and apply a little bit more of a full court pressure, or if he's just going to stay with what he's been doing. Because that's been working. They've been able to get some turnovers. Make it tough on Wayzata to get a shot off and give yourself a chance to come back, tie the game. Same sense, Wayzata's going, okay, we gotta control the ball, make sure we get a good shot, take care of the ball. So they've been very good match teams the whole night.
And if you're Maple Grove right now, you can't really look at anybody on Wayzata and say, well, they've been pretty rough at the line tonight, we can go foul her.
No.
They've been consistently.
And they both got to realize it's only 47 seconds, but it's still a lot of time. A lot can still happen here. And they're going to bring a little pressure on now.
Inbounded to Sendon. Does a nice job beating it, though, and Krasinski is just going to hang on until they come out and get her. And Hawkinson was fouled there by Click. And so now Hawkinson will head to the free throw line. They're still in the 1-and-1. That was the 9th team foul. So next time and ensuing times will be 2 shots, but this time it's 1-and-1. Hawkinson has had a good game, but has not been to the line tonight. Calmly buries it. Good news, too, for Wayzata is they're not at the end where those student section is. She doesn't have to shoot into that group that's chanting at her and trying to disrupt her. She might hear them but can't see them. And makes a pair clutch free throws there by Hawkinson. Back to a 4-point lead. Sendon is going to be called for the foul. And so Odie will go to the line. Sendon thought she had the steal here. I think Wayzata has a bit of an argument there myself.
Yeah, Coach wasn't very happy. I kind of agree with you on that.
So Odie to the free throw line. Sinks that one. Five for 6 from the line tonight. And hits another. So Odie up to 30 points now. 2-point game again after the 2 free throws by Jordan Odie. Wayzata clinging to the lead. Hawkinson. See if Maple Grove is going to be thinking about fouling right away, or if they'll try and see if they can't get a steal first. Looked like they tried to foul Sendon, but they didn't give him a call.
Coach has been calling it and calling it. She almost had on the floor in there.
Timeout, Wayzata.
That's good defense on Maple Grove.
Only 12 seconds remaining. I actually think the Crimson were trying to foul her there, but they went. That's the one thing that's kind of hard. I mean, as an official, you don't want to call things way different than you do the whole rest of the game. But then if you're the defensive player, you feel like, well, do I need to give her a good hard smack to get the foul? You don't want it to get.
You don't want it to be an just grab and knock down thing. But yeah, I agree with you, and that's probably what. But like you said, Mark's going to say, who do I follow? But right now it's at the point, just do it. The only other thing that could be to his advantage, if they can get the ball and they can't let him get the ball in, get a 5-second out, get a steal on the inbounds, gives Maple Grove perfect to come down. Got another timeout if he wants. Set up your play to tie it. I thought Coach Stewart was going to end up running right on the floor up to him because she'd been screaming and screaming at him. And
Guzwinski throwing it in here. And they take the quick foul, and will send Hawkinson back to the line. And that will be called for the foul. Hawkinson just hit a couple of clutch free throws not too long ago. 10.7 to go. And in and out. Maple Grove has life for sure. They're down 2. So even if she makes this one, it'll be a 1-possession lead. Hits the second. Trojans by 3. Timeout, Crimson. Interesting that, I mean, it's pretty obvious that you want Odie to get the ball, but you don't necessarily have to, inbound it to her. And but at the same time, that seemed to be the way they were headed.
It's almost like, inbound it, have her pass it in and kick it to somebody, have her come back and get it. Well, and the key here is, Odie's done this. We look at her points that she's had, but they've got to look at each other and not 100% rely. I'm sure they're going to run a certain play. She's been their hot scorer to her, but everybody's still got to play their role and not just always look for her, because if they do that, that's sometimes when the kids make a turnover and something happens you don't want to. So just be in the confidence that we're going to run this play, we're going to get the ball up, and if that's who we're going to, we'll set our right screens and picks or whatever play we want to get her the ball.
Well, here's something that's hard to simulate in practice is these late game situations. Y'all do it, coaches all do it. Okay, we're going to put, this amount of time on the clock, here's what we do. But it isn't quite the same.
No.
As when you're playing another team and you're in front of the crowd and all that. Click to inbound. Oh, and Stern dropped it. Takeaway for the Trojans, Fornshell, and they have to foul Hawkinson. Just slipped through Stern's hands, and now Wayzata will have a chance to maybe put it away.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
went right through her hands.
Just was looking for where she was going to go with it before she hauled it in there.
Kind of felt that defender coming right on her, too.
Well, Hawkinson misses the first one, as she did last time, so they aren't infallible at the free throw line here, that's for sure. But again, another big one here. If she hits this, be a 4-point lead. And does, just like last time, hits the second.
Now you got to be smart if you're Wayzata and don't foul. And
Click will pull up for a 3, no good. Gets it back herself, no good. And Wayzata will hang on to get a nice road win here over the Crimson. Winning it 60-56 as they overcome a 30-point outburst by the sophomore Jordan Odie to get a nice win. And I'm sure their coaches are happy with the way they responded after having, not the greatest first half. They were down by 5 at halftime, but I thought they played much better defensively. They got some nice cuts and I thought, especially considering it was a road game, I thought they played pretty poised down the stretch, too.
I think they settled. It looked like, they settled down a little more in the second half, relaxed a little bit, just played the game. They weren't as tight. And, Maple Grove, though, has a very talented ball team, too. And, they get more of their players involved and Odie's going to do her stuff, but not have to rely on her completely, get other people involved. It'll be fun to watch as they continue to progress this season.
Yeah, 4 of Wayzata's 5 starters were in double figures, and everybody in the starting lineup was between 7 and 12 points. So
wow.
Balance was certainly a key for them tonight, and able to get the W in part because of that, and in part because of their defense as well. As we said, a much better second half defensively.
Well,
and let's go down to John now. He's joined by a couple of Trojans.
Thanks, Jay. A nice win for Wayzata in their season opener on the road, 60-56 over Maple Grove. Joined by a couple of Trojans players, Sophia Hawkinson, Abby Kraswinski. Congratulations. What does it feel like to win this one?
We played some really good team ball, and so I think it's just great to get the first one over with, and we're ready to get the next one.
really balanced scoring for your team. Is that going to be a key this year? You don't have that one big score like you had in Mara the last few years?
Yeah, I mean, we got a deep bench, and if everyone puts out all their energy, we're going to be able to use everyone, and it's just going to be a really good season if we can really use everyone.
You did use a lot of players off the bench tonight, some girls who haven't seen varsity play. Did you like what you saw?
Yeah, I mean, everyone gave their best, and I mean, we obviously came out with a win, so it's exciting.
You fell behind a little bit there in the second half after going ahead. What did it take to rally to win at the end?
I mean, we kind of just came together and said that we needed to step up our defense and just come together as a team, and we obviously did that.
Senior year for you, how much are you looking forward to this year?
I'm really excited, and it was a great start.
All right, congratulations on the win. Sophia Hawkinson made 4 out of 6 free throws down the stretch there. What was going through your mind when you had those and you knew you needed to knock them down?
Yeah, just trying to zone out the crowd because obviously they were pretty loud, so just trying to focus. And I mean, I've shot so many free throws in my life, so just focusing and trying to put it in. So.
The first couple of weeks of practice, what have you seen that you like about this team that's going to be a strength going forward?
I think our effort and energy, I mean, we're really deep this year, and a lot of people have stepped up and just given out full effort, even no matter the circumstance. So I think that's going to really help us down the end. So.
This is a good team you beat tonight. How big is this win for you, even though it's only game 1?
Yeah, I mean, game 1's good to get it over with and good to end on a win. And I mean, I think we really pulled it out down the stretch and came together as a team, and it shows a lot of what to expect this year.
Ladies, enjoy this one. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Jay, back to you.
Thanks very much, John. Congratulations to the Trojans. So they'll be playing on Friday and Saturday at the Lindbergh Center, the breakdown thing with Bismarck Century and White Bear Lake, and then Maple Grove will be playing Hopkins on Saturday, also at that event. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's game. It was a good one, 60-56 Wayzata over Maple Grove. For Patty Sorensen, John Jacobson, and the rest of our CCX crew, MJ Wilcox. Good night from Maple Grove High School.